Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action, and holy Hellman Gorst, we're going to be taking the vampire counts today. This is actually round 3 between myself and my son Herbert Walker, who's not actually my son, that's just his username. Yeah, he's going to be taking the Dwarves. So I forgot to mention this in the previous few tournament videos, but for this tournament there was essentially like a faction randomizer. So the faction that you had to use was randomized somewhat. So this time I rolled vampire counts against dwarves. So we've got Hellman Gorst here, a whole line of zombies, second line of Graveguard with great weapons, supported by a couple corpse carts, one of which is an unholy lodestone. We've got a Vargolf, 2 black coaches, 2 fellbats, and 2 direwolves as well. Vanguard deployed out in the corner. And yeah, the Vargolf, we've also got Necromancer here with zombie summons, since Gorst obviously only has access to Graveguard. For my son's dwarves here, we've got a whole line of Hammerers with the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers in the center, Ulthar's Raiders, Rumbling Guard, Dragonback Slayers, and a unit of Dwarf Warriors in the back, all supported by Thorgrim Grudgebearer to give them more melee attack. You can see they all have their attack stats buffed up, which is quite nice. So yeah, we're gonna immediately just start blobbing in, basically, because you know, a little bit of background on this. I had been invited to do this tournament. I didn't really expect to get out of the first round. I more just wanted to have a good time and put up a good show. And I feel like I had mostly accomplished that up to this point. I mean, that round 2, the game 2 was not amazing, but yeah, we're gonna be moving in the Graveguard and various units here just to kind of see if we can't get like these Hammerers, for example, over here isolated. But that being said, these Hammerers are going to move into a protection position in the back line. So Herbert Walker doing a great job staying nice and tight here, not letting himself get too isolated. The black coaches are going to try and do as much cycle charging as they can, and obviously Gorst just kind of standing around here. But yeah, I needed to go to work anyway, like in relatively soon after this. I didn't really necessarily have time to go on to a second round, so I had taken this build fully knowing that it probably wasn't super ideal to take Gorst in a tournament. But again, I was just having some fun, and I thought, hey, if I do win, then that's cool. I'll just figure it out, and I'll look like a genius because I won with Hellman Gorst. But not looking great so far. You can see these Graveguard are getting absolutely torn to shreds with the Oath of Vengeance up from Thorgrim there, so very nice use of that. Over on this side, these Graveguard are doing okay. It's still a little bit rough with the Dragonback Slayers in there. Over here is going a little bit better with the Vargolf and everything. These Hammerers are definitely suffering pretty badly. But yeah, the grind is definitely pretty real at this point. Really, the only mobile units I have are these black coaches. Sort of wished I had brought some Blood Knights as well, but you know, I was just going with a super wide kind of zombie style build with Hellman Gorst, and it's working out okay. These Hammerers are doing very well though against the Graveguard with great weapons, so it's going to be a tricky situation. Nice rear charge there from the black coach. Unfortunately, isn't doing an extreme amount of damage. They do take some time to do a lot of damage, but so far pretty good, up to 11 kills there, and yeah, doing decently. But honestly, since my opponent didn't have too much ranged, and what ranged he did have was relatively short ranged, only these Ulthar's Raiders, I could have definitely, if I'd played more patiently, just used the corpse carts and just like send one zombie unit in at a time and just retreat with the rest of my army and almost play it more like a skirmish build. You can see these Hammerers were actually taken down and routed off. The terror here is going to be pretty advantageous. I'm trying to pull my hounds back so that I can get them to pursue, but unfortunately they're already crumbling, so a little bit of a mistake by me. If I had kept these hounds a little bit healthier as well to chase off some of these Hammerers who had just terror routed, may have been able to get a little bit of a nicer blob. But as is, these Hammerers are going to come back from rout. They still got 38 Angry Dowie, so there's still quite a bit of stopping power there. But yeah, in this center grind, you can see the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers. They are holding out like absolute champs. Obviously, with their massive melee defense, they are fully surrounded at this point, with, you know, back to back with the Grumbling Guard, and they are just standing up like champions. Dwarf Warriors also standing there as well. We've got Dragonback Slayers kind of mixed in here, but yeah, great use of Thorgrim to buff up the melee attack and use that Oath of Vengeance as well. A little bit of a bad situation. I made a mistake here with my Necromancer, obviously, and let him get absolutely surrounded by Dawi, and there's no chance for him to escape pretty much whatsoever, so yeah. I'm going to lose out on my zombie summons and also on that Forbidden Rod as well, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping to get some more Winds of Magic, but at this point, the grind is not looking great. You can see even these hammers had regrouped, and we had that initial moment there where we got a couple tear routes. Again, if I had used my hounds and my bats a little bit more efficiently and just played more patiently with them, I could have chased those units once they got terrified, and we probably would have been able to be in a little bit of a better situation here. But again, wasn't exactly trying to win necessarily. I was trying to do well, and I was certainly wanted to win. You know, I always want to win, but at the same time, like I said, I needed to go to work. I took Helm and Gorst. I mean, that pretty much tells you everything you need to know. But at the same time, this Helm and Gorst build actually almost worked, and I could see it working okay if I had played it a little bit better. Like, I think I actually had a pretty good chance of winning. I just didn't use this build as effectively as I could have, but credit to Herbert Walker playing very well, you know, staying nice and tight, using that Oath of Vengeance, kind of using Thorgrim as a mobile blocker. Like at this point, he's blocking in the Black Coach here. He's been pretty consistently trying to do that. You can see the remnants of a corpse cart here that he's taken down. So, yeah, Thorgrim's been doing a great job. And at this point, it's pretty much just Helm and Gorst. He is at his healing cap as well now, so a little bit unfortunate. We did get the Graveguard summons off. I want to say we got both of the Graveguard summons off, but obviously wasn't quite enough at the end of the day. Yeah, outnumbered them almost 3-1 just about at the beginning of the battle, but the elite Dawi standing firm there, and Helm and Gorst just going to eat all of the blasting charges. Exactly what he deserves is just to be absolutely exploded everywhere. So very fitting end for Mr. Gorst here. Vargulf's going to try and finish off some Dawi, but angry red Mohawks surrounding. We've got the red shields as well. There goes the Black Coach. A nice side charge there, doing some good damage, but everything's crumbling and disintegrating at this point, so yeah. Fun stuff, and very well played. It was an excellent series. I had a ton of fun, so big thanks to Wicked and Halo for inviting me. Good games, I should say, and a great series to my son as well. I'll have a link to his Twitch down in the comments or the description below. I did in the last game as well, so you guys be sure to check him out if you want some more Total War streaming action. He is a very nice guy, excellent streamer, great player, and I would say him and I are pretty evenly matched. I mean, that first game especially was just down to the wire. This game, again, if I had played a little bit more patiently with my Black Coaches and with my other mobile units, if I had just sort of cycle charged at the beginning a little bit to soften up the hammerers before because they don't have charge defense, right? I can cycle charge them pretty much all day with the Black Coaches. So I should have been, you know, just playing a little bit more patiently, sending in maybe a zombie or two at a time to kind of tie things up a little bit. Then you use the Black Coaches to do some damage and kind of wear the Dawi down, and then once they're worn down, then I can move in with a big old blob of Graveguard with great weapons and the corpse carts to support them and the Vargulf and everything. But yeah, as it stood, I just got a little bit over aggressive, lost out a few units before I should have, and yeah, paid the price. You can see the kill totals for the Dawi, very impressive. 170 and 131 in XP Chevron here, 156 XP Chevron, 113, 157 for the Norgrimlings Ironbreakers, 146 for the Dragonback Slayers. Ulthar's Raiders ended up being a little bit of a rough pick, but I almost think this Thorgrim melee Death Star might actually be decent against the Vampire Counts. Thorgrim is a little bit vulnerable to getting gooned by like a dragon, for example, just because he's a bigger target. He'll take the full charge damage of a dragon or like a Terrorgeist or something like that. But if you can protect him, certainly he can be a very potent tool. And just, yeah, that Dwarf melee Death Star, I think, does bear some more looking at. He did have the double Runesmith as well, which is always a staple of competitive play. So yeah, very fun stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that series. If you do like the sort of content, Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. I have also seen some of you commenting that you still haven't been getting notifications. You feel free to follow me on Twitter as well. I also announce all the videos that I post on Twitter, so you'll find a link for that down in the description below. Let's see, and yeah, hopefully YouTube doesn't keep screwing me over, because it seems like the last few videos I posted haven't been doing as well for whatever reason, so I'm not sure what's up with that, but thank you all for your support anyway. Thanks for being here and being a part of this video, and yeah, we'll see you next time.